guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video today, and it's just a short one, just showing a couple of editions of the Justice League film. Just going to show these two editions and just give you a very brief overview, sort of review, non-spoilerish on the Justice League Snyder Cut that I watched last night on streaming. Okay, so up first is a Digibook with a nice lenticular cover of all the main characters. The back, and the inside we've got the Blu-ray disc, and I've also got a 3D disc, and this is obviously the Joss Whedon cut that we got in 2017, which obviously now seeing the Snyder Cut, it's a completely different film, and yeah, I'll come on to that review in a bit. So we'll just take a look inside. Some really nice artwork there. Just images from the book, and I believe this is a similar kind of book to in my Man of Steel video. I showed a book about all of the art of the film, and I think this is kind of a similar thing, really. Some great shots of all the characters. Lovely costume designs. Up next is this lenticular version. Justice League on the top, Justice League on the spine, and that's embossed. And then inside there's a book, and there's also some art cards which I'll show in a sec. And this is the image on the back. The bottom is just, this isn't limited. What you get contained in this box are some envelopes with each symbol. This was obviously for Aquaman. And we get a nice lenticular of the character. Just plain on the back, same for all of them. Superman. Flash. Again, these are just envelopes that these lenticulars go in. The houses inside the case that I've just shown. Really nice depth to these. Batman. There's the envelope. Wonder Woman. There's the envelope. And finally, Cyborg. There we go. And also contained inside that slip is this nice hard book. Characters on the front, on the back there, and then just contained inside, again it's more of the same extracts from that book that's very similar to the Digibook. There we go. Okay, so just some sort of thoughts on my review of the Snyder Cut that I watched last night. Yeah, absolutely fantastic film. Nearly 4 hours long. Had to take a few breaks in between, but yeah, it was an amazing film. So much different to the Justice League that we got in 2017. Obviously I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there's just a lot more character development with Cyborg. You get to sort of find out a lot more about his character and his character development, why he is sort of pivotal to the story, really. And again, the Flash gets a lot more sort of screen time and sort of, well, just more pivotal sort of role in it. There's a lot more with his character, and obviously you've got you know, the other characters, Superman's, Batman, Wonder Woman. There's a lot of scenes that were obviously in the first film that Zack Snyder cut, but you can tell there's a lot of money gone into this new production. And yeah, I mean, the first film for me, when I watched it, I just felt there were so many bits missing from it, and it didn't really kind of make a huge amount of sense. And the villains weren't really, I don't know, in this film you really sort of understand sort of the motivation of the villains, and the whole story arc is just so much more sort of rounded and fleshed out. Yeah, I'd highly recommend watching this sort of cut, the Snyder Cut. Should definitely be picking it up on 4K when it comes out. When I streamed it, I could only stream it in 1080p, but it was a good picture. It's done in a 4:3 aspect ratio rather than the traditional widescreen that we've become used to. But to be honest, after 10-15 minutes, you kind of forget that sort of black bars at the side. I mean, it was kind of designed for IMAX. I mean, it'd be amazing in an IMAX screen. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was, it's really kind of put DC back on the map. I really hope that Zack Snyder is able to do some more films. I really do think with his kind of direction, this franchise, I think the Joss Whedon cut kind of was trying to be too much like Marvel, and I just think that DC and Marvel are very different beasts, and I just think they should be, you know, done in a different way. I mean, Marvel have just got an amazing track record of films, and you know, and it works for them, whereas with DC, I just think a darker tone, and more sort of, I mean, there's elements of comedy in there with certain characters, but I do think the sort of the darker tone just fits DC. I mean, you know, going back to the Dark Knight trilogy, it was kind of gritty, and obviously the Joker, it just, you know, people like that kind of version of film for the DC characters, and yeah, I just hope that it really continues in this vein going forward. So anyway, that's just a kind of quick review. I say I'm not really giving any spoilers away on here. I'd highly recommend it. I'd give it 9 out of 10. It's really good film. But it is a long film, and you will need breaks in between. But yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Anyway, this is Matt V Movies. Thanks very much for watching my video. Take care, guys, and see you in the next one.